Talk about a disaster, mind-boggling, unprofessional, not fit for the job. Kathy Engelbert has no idea what to do with the WNBA. She's already single-handedly fumbled the biggest star that will ever enter women's basketball in Caitlin Clark. They've done everything to not lean in and to sabotage her stardom, sabotage her all around. And now they can't figure out what the W in WNBA stands for. Women's National Basketball Associations. They're having a hard time figuring out what the W means. They had to have a meeting, and at the meeting, they didn't even figure it out. I mean, it's ridiculous. Linda Cohn absolutely flame-broiled Kathy Engelbert in the WNBA. We have to get into all of it. Welcome to Keep the Vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the channel, hit the bell notification, hype the video. Let's get right into things, man. The WNBA, they're having a hard time understanding what the W stands for, okay? Apparently, the W just stands for activism and all types of other stuff that has nothing to do with women's basketball, apparently. Take a look at this here. A statement from a WNBA spokesperson. Today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing discussions on transgender athletes and the continued hate and vitriol directed at players online. We will continue to engage all league stakeholders in the coming weeks and months. We will approach these important conversations thoughtfully and in alignment with the values of our league. There are no immediate eligibility matters affecting the WNBA, and we strongly denounce the bad faith efforts to use these topics to demean or marginalize others. And that is a direct response to Royce White and Enes Kanter declaring for the WNBA draft. Okay? Now, this thing here was spoke about on Fox News. Look, this league has no clue what they're doing. They have no idea what they're doing. Shout out to Rhodes Rant to Black and White Sports. He said the WNBA literally manufactured yet another controversy. Instead of meeting and saying we'll follow the IOC and FIBA guidelines like Project B already figured it out. They haven't even started playing games yet. They put out this statement, this nitwit statement that is going to get destroyed. Man, this league sucks. Shout out to Rhodes Rants of Black and White Sports, my guy. Now, take a look at this. This is on Fox News, man. The WNBA is a joke. They had an out saying, hey, we're going to follow the FIBA rules. We're going to follow the IOC. And if you have gone through puberty as a boy, you are not allowed to play, period. That's when Caitlin Clark and Team USA go to Germany, those are the rules that are in place. You could have just followed those rules, but they don't want to because whatever. Take a look at this on Fox News before we get into Linda.
To define its stance on trans athletes. Team officials talked about it at a meeting yesterday, so what did they come up with? We're waiting for an answer on that one. Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday. Dana's got the day off. I'm Bill Hemmer, and it's All-Star Week.
On whether it would hypothetically allow transgender athletes to play. League officials talked about this yesterday at this previously scheduled meeting, but they did not come out with any new rules.
So now the league's collective bargaining agreement states that only women are eligible, but it gives no definition of a woman. The debate gained traction after the Indiana Fever guard, Sophie Cunningham, said she did not support trans athletes in women's sports. Now, the WNBA says it's not an issue currently impacting the league. It also denounced so-called bad faith efforts to try and make it one. Madeline Rivera picks up the story from there.
Reach at their meeting yesterday was to essentially have more meetings. Their statement to ESPN says today.
Y'all need more meetings to figure out dudes shouldn't be playing in the Women's National Basketball Association. Like, come on, man.
Today's meeting covered a wide range of topics, including ongoing eligible to play. Former NBA players Enes Kanter Freedom and Royce White say under those vague stipulations, they should be able to compete. There are a lot of reactions online slamming the league's move to essentially delay a decision. Freedom is doubling down with a new post on X saying the WNBA says a woman is anyone who claims to be one. So if I say I'm a woman, you have to accept it. Those are the rules the WNBA created. Why does anyone get to decide whose journey is real and whose isn't?
See, this is like y'all on the news again, Kathy. You cannot keep this league off the damn news. Y'all getting blasted on Fox News, Australian news, all types of stuff.
And look, we want to protect everyone. In
Sure.
general. We want to protect everyone.
Yeah.
And we don't want to exclude anyone. But I just think we all have to sit down in the off season and collectively get our heads and minds around this issue. Obviously, it's a hotbed.
We need to sit down and get our heads around this issue. Cheryl Miller, I'm disappointed. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing, man. Linda Cohn absolutely put the flame to him. Let's check it out.
Remember that, how to define a woman? I brought it up last week. Told you about Kathy Engelbert, the WNBA commissioner, organizing a task force, which was happening this week. Well, it happened. And it was a big nothing burger. Nothing happened. Yeah. Shocked? No, I'm not shocked. By the way, this task force was made up of team execs, general managers, team presidents, general managers. And so after this fascinating meeting that they had, they came out with a statement. You're looking at it, small type there. So I
already read you guys that statement, so I'll move past that.
Affecting the W, kind of directly aimed at Ennis Cantor and Royce White and how they're going to enter or have plans to IOC, like World Boxing, like Women's Athletics, which governs track and field, UCI, which covers international cycling. All of those groups are on top of this. All of those groups are proactive regarding transgender athletes, or how some would say biological males competing in women's sports. I wish the WNBA would have talked about that and mentioned that and said something like, we realize other governing bodies with other women's sports are looking into this and have made decisions and have changed their policy. Most recently, the WTA did that. But they were like, I don't even know if anything was discussed. Okay, we have no way of knowing, of course. Maybe they just had lunch and a cup of coffee. But to not acknowledge this could be an issue, because you hear that from the other side. You always hear, oh, well, there are no transgender athletes playing in the WNBA right now, and no transgender athlete has applied to play in the WNBA. Well, here's what you did. You just created a bigger hole for yourself to climb out of.
Exactly. That's why you're getting blasted all over Fox News. Go ahead and cook, Linda.
You just created a heavier obstacle to move down the road. Instead of just right now taking a hold of it, being proactive, saying something. Maybe you didn't get, you didn't change everything. You're not going to change it right there after one meeting. You have to go through collective bargaining and all that. I get all that. But you could have at least acknowledged what is going on in this world right now and be prepared for it. Obviously, they did not do that. All right, I just put a bow on that. I can't even talk. It's getting me nudgy, as I like to say, all these WNBA topics.
Oh, man, Linda Cohn, man, I feel your pain. I feel your pain. I might have to try to get an interview with Linda Cohn. We might need to sit down and talk, man. Shout out to Linda Cohn. Shout out to her, man. The WNBA, poor leadership by Kathy Engelbert, and that's why it's a complete circus. What says you? Get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let's keep the vision. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share the channel.